Oh, g'day and welcome back to my channel. Now I've got a whole pile of boxes here trying to sort out to get in the bloody stash because there's been a few purchases in the last bloody few months since the last time I did one of these videos. Now, if you haven't seen one of these videos before, it's basically called a Workbench and new kits. Yeah, sort of target what I'm doing and pull a few kits out of the stash and just gently kind of stroke a few things that give me excitement, if you know what I mean. Now, I'll be showing some of the things that I'm building back there. I'll go through some of my new kits. Well, I'll go through all of my new kits. Didn't buy that many. Not for me, anyway. So, all of that's coming up. Does that sound exciting? I hope it is. All right, roll the music. Welcome back. Now, as you can see, I'm standing up here. This is my standing bench now, which I had to do because I had occipital and myalgia thing. Oh no, pain in the neck, right? So, yeah, because I was too fat. Just a big fat prick. But anyhow, I have been standing up. I've been losing weight. I'm 2 notches down on my belt. Things are looking good. So, kits are being built. Kits are being bought. Videos are finally getting done again because the channel was kind of dying there for a while because I was just too bloody crook to do anything except maybe open up a box and, you know, waffle on about, you know, what was in it. Anyhow, you watched them. Thank you, thank you. And a big shout out to my patrons who, without them, I really wouldn't be able to afford to do a lot of this. So they really helped me out. And if you'd like to support me on this YouTube channel so you can get to see more of these sort of wank videos, yeah, this sort of stuff, then look, go to the link. It's at the end of this thing. And for as little as $1 a month, you'll get to see my videos advert free and early, before the great unwatched, right? Yeah, those poor bastards, all the rest of you, you have to suffer heaps of adverts in here and everything just so I can pay for cat food, for Bask the Cat. Alright, enough of that. Let's talk about what's on my workbench. Now, this is the St Louis. I'm even stopping talking too much because I don't want it to fall. But it's only dry fit, right? So it's got some rubber bands on it, a few bloody things, and it's hanging together, but I've kind of made it pretty. And this was a rescue kit, right? If you haven't seen those videos, go back and watch them. They've been very popular. I've had over 10,000 views in the last 10 days on those videos. So must be doing something right, or maybe it's just clickbait. I don't know, something. Anyhow, I had a lot of fun so far because this was a rescue kit, as I'm saying. I'll get on with it. It was all buggered up. The guy glued it all up. He'd kind of made a bloody mess of it. And there was cannons all glued to the bloody deck. And you know, it was just nothing fitted. It was just a complete schmozzle. So I managed to pull it all apart, scrape off all of his bloody glue, and then rescue it by fixing and mending and then covering his horrible decks with some wood veneer. All right, so there's a video on how I accomplished that. I also had to scratch a few parts. There's a little white one here, there's a white one there. Right, there and there. They were actually cast, and that was in the recent video number 3 on this. I showed how you could take another section that was on the kit, cast a mold for it, and then basically produce your own parts to replace what was missing. Because see the stern there, see the white one, that's replaced there. So I fixed up everything that this kit doesn't have and everything that it should have, and I've now got to the point where I could actually cut a part off the sprue. I haven't cut a single part off the sprue since I got it. It's all been basically mucking around with what he did. But anyhow, that is coming along. There'll be more videos on that. It's proved very popular and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So that's coming up. We'll put that carefully back here before you bugger it, Harry Houdini, you fucking drongo. Right, now, I made a porcupine. Yes, don't shake, the camera will shake. Yes, I made a porcupine. It's basically for scrubbing my back. No, this is the Bounty. Oh, right, oops, can bugger it all up. The Bounty is all planked up, all finished, and I've got to get that last video out showing you basically how I did the final layer of planks on it. And of course you would have, maybe if you're interested, you would have seen a video with that thing at the end, those windows, right? I scratch built all those windows to make it look pretty. But the porcupines, the reason for those are I had marked all my plank ends with little graphite black dots, but after doing some research I found really they would plug the plank holes with wood. They didn't leave black dots. Well, not on this particular boat anyway. Certainly not something that the Royal Navy would have had a go at. I know some people think this might have been copper shed, right? Copper clad, but it wasn't a full HMS. It was an HMAV, an armoured, basically transport visual, HMAT, armoured transport, yeah. And The Bounty, therefore, wasn't really a warship as such. It was a service vessel. It was, you know, for picking up bloody breadfruit over there in Tahiti and taking them all the way across to Jamaica. Yeah. Jamaica? No, mate, she let me. Bad dad jokes. Anyhow, reason for porcupines. So, I drilled out all those little holes that, well, the little spots that I'd marked, like indentations. I drilled them all out. Instead of having little can't talk. Put teeth in, Harry. Instead of having little black indentations there, I drilled them out and I poked in the end, just the tip of the toothpick. And so that's why they kind of bend a bit, because then I've got to snap them all off, and they'll just be this 0.3mm hole that I then sand up. I actually cleaned one up. Oh, you won't be able to see it. There's a few there that I've actually cut off and cleaned up. And all you end up with is, you can hardly see it, but by the time I put some varnish on this, you know, seal it all up, which I'll be doing very shortly, it's just about at that stage, then there will be, to anybody that wants to look, you can see all the plugs. So it'll look very good. It's a lot of bloody work, and I'm really just kind of masturbating myself, but that's the theme of this video. That doesn't matter. I thought I'd have a go at it. If it really doesn't show, and if it's rather pointless, I won't be doing it again. But certainly I love my plank ends, and they do have a little bit of black pitch in them, because that's when basically the cordage would go in, and often the cordage does have a slightly dark colour. So if you don't know caulking, well, there is a cordage that goes in the caulking, and caulking is what they do with the boat. It's not made out of cork. No. Surprisingly, I thought it was. I thought, yeah, oh, supposed to. Ooh, maybe I've got more model kits coming. Anyhow, that'll all be in another video, so I won't talk any more about that now. But basically, I'll show you how I have basically caulked the Bounty, and it should come up nice. We'll see. All right, putting that aside, Harry, there is a Schnellboot. Now, it was a very popular video, and I have been working on it, right? And I did all the fiddly little photo etch things, but it's sort of, not a lot of people really enjoyed watching that photo etch video. It's excruciating, it's painful, I know, and you don't need it. You can build that kit without the photo etch. So I'll be back with the Schnellboot soon in the next few weeks, and we'll be doing painting the camo, and have I got a camo scheme for you. I'll give you a hint. It's got red, it's got white, it's got grey, it's got blue, it's got yellow, and yeah, I think that's all the colours. Oh, and green, yes, it will be quite pretty, and it's an actual paint scheme. I haven't gone mad and suddenly decided to do a bloody Pollock all over it. No, it is not a Technicolor yawn all over my kit. It's an actual paint scheme. Baltic Sea, if you like. Look it up. You might be able to preempt my video. Anyway, I'll do the paint job on that, and I'll show you how I do all that. Coming up also, let me have a look. They're down here. They're hidden down here, right? The red Spitty, yes. Look, I've just got to finish gluing a few things on that and whack a lot of red paint on it. I'll try and get that out. It probably won't be till next month, all right? So if you've been hanging out for another Spitfire video, well, please just be a bit more patient, because I'm kind of busy with boats at the moment, you know? I mean, as it is, when I check my numbers on YouTube, boats are what sells, right? And boats are my stock in trade, really. So the ships and the boats, that's what I do. That's what I'm really keen on. And that is my POD, right? Yes. You don't know what a POD is? Oh, that's right. You didn't work in advertising, did you? Point of difference, yeah. Point of difference. And if you've got a point of difference, you exploit it. You milk it. You take it for everything you can get out of it. You screw it. No, you gently show that to the people that are interested, because you care about the users on your channel. Yeah, I do. Anyhow, moving on. The Panther. Right. The Panther, I've just got to do a paint scheme on that, okay? And I have been hinting about that for a while. That also had photo etch. Seems every time I do a whole lot of photo etch on something, it's the death knell for that model build. Basically, I go, oh no, photo etch. And you lot go, oh no, photo etch. And all of us go, can we just have a break from that? Can we go back to some plastic? Even some wood's not bad. Go and stroke your wood, Harry. We don't mind it when you fondle your wood. That's okay. So, yeah. I will paint the Panther, and it is an unusual camo scheme, and again, a genuine one. Just think cephalopod. That's all I can say. And the other thing that's sort of going around, because I have another armour kit, amazingly, another armour kit in my pile here, which are to be done now, right? These are the ones on my bench. I've got a few other sort of starter kits in the cupboard, but I kind of hide those away and only bring them out when I need to do them. And really, probably any of my new kits that I'll start, apart from Louis over there. They'll be out of the cupboard of I have already cut some plastic. So the Fuso will be coming up. Yeah, photo etch arrived for the Fuso. That will be coming up. So all of you are waiting for another battleship. That's coming up. The conversion for the Deutschland class, because it's the Schleich Schlong Hold It Stiff. Yeah, whatever it's called. I can't remember. I can never get that name right. But it's a German sort of World War I battleship, the Deutschland class there. Not to be confused with the later Deutschland class, which was Graf Spee and those sort of ships. Pocket battleships. Ponja Schniff, right? Yeah, basically panzers on cocaine, right? Those guys, not them. No, this is a proper World War I type battleship. And I've had a video of that, showed you what I want to do, because I'm converting it from the... Basically, the kit is the updated version that was the first shot of World War II. That ship was parked in a Polish harbour and started laying into a barracks and everything, you know, for no known reasons. And, ha-ha, we had war! Yeah. Anyhow, moving on. Yeah, what I wanted to say was, there's another tank. There is another tank, and it is the Hobby Boss BT2. And I've been working on that sort of at Model Club and pottering around and getting a little bit done. It's just about all buttoned up, you know, just about ready for paint. So I think I've got to do the track links. So I'll do a video on that soon, because I basically can show you all the things that I've done. But I was hold off doing that until I painted the Panther. So one procrastination led to another. Anyhow, that's basically what's on my workbench. You see, I'm pretty busy. All right, I'm just going to go get a cuppa and rearrange my teeth. And we'll be back with new kits. Right. Bask, where are my nudie magazines? Oh, hang on, the viewers are back. No, don't show them now, Bask. No. Right. New kits. Well, there have been a few. Now, a few of them you've already seen. Like there's this Flying Sub, right? Flying Sub, I did a whole review on that. Okay, there's a video on that. Go watch that. You'll have a good look at that if you're interested in flying submarines from, basically I think it was an Irwin Allen, was it? Was it one of those? Yeah, it was a silly bloody, you know, show from the back in the 60s and the 70s with a totally implausible flying submarine. Yeah, okay. What's it called? Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Yes, okay. Apparently it went down on the sea. Right. Now, I had a big stash clean out. Absolutely, I sold about 12 to 15 kits. I just realised I wasn't going to build those subjects anymore. You know, I'm sort of doing the sailing ship thing now. So I even sold a couple of battleships. I didn't really need them. They were ones that were superfluous to the kind of things that I'm into now. So cleared those out, cleared a whole lot of stuff out. Paul helped me sell them. G'day, Paul, if you're watching, yeah, from Last Stand. So if you bought a battleship off Paul from Last Stand, it's probably one of mine. If there was cat biscuits in the box and a few cat whiskers and fluff from Bask, it's definitely one of mine. Anyhow, so with my ill-gotten gains, I ended up buying a few things. So sold 15. I think I've bought about 8. But they're things I'm more interested in. Now, this came up at Model Club, and that was from Bill. And he only wanted like 4 shekels for it, which is just bugger all, right? Bugger all. And I will do a review on that, but probably not maybe till later in this year or next year. It is a fantastic kit. I've seen it done up in my Facebook group, Fucker the Rivet Counters. Yes, that's exactly what it's called. One of the fellas there, he built it. Might have been Mel. I don't know. Forget. You know who you are. Did a fantastic version in one of our sort of quarterly competitions. So when I saw this kit for sale, I went, yes, that looks terrific. I like that. So it's actually, I think it's an Eduard kit. Well, it's Eduard, right? But it's a Zvezda kit reboxed by Eduard. Yes. Yes, keep that in mind because there's more of those sort of shenanigans coming up. Now, on the 1st of April, yes, bloody fool, I grabbed one of these. It'd been coming for a while. I'd ordered it from somewhere. I don't know. I think Paul might have got this for me as well. Probably did. He's been my sprue bloody provider and pusher and mule for some time now. So, yes. If you don't know what that is, it is one of the best 1/48 scale Harrier kits you can buy. Well, all of them. I've got the FRS-1, which is the Navy version, and there's an FA-2, and finally they started bringing out these ones, which is the GR-1, and this you can also make a GR-3 out of this, okay? So I will be doing one of those. There's a whole lot of options on the side here, right? I particularly like these sort of ones that have the white underneath and then the green and the grey on top. So I will be hovering over this little fella, but that probably won't be till next year. I've really got to get that Spitfire out the way, and I also have that Buccaneer from, that's a while back now. That's nearly 2 years ago. I better finish that. It's built. I just need to paint it. This is what happens. They get built and they get forgotten about. Because what happens is when I'm sort of building a kit and I only get so far and I need to take a break, because I had limited bench space, if I could put them back in the box, I did, and they went back in the stash. So I just forget about them. So I've rearranged things now that there's a pile here. These are the ones I've got to build, and then there's another pile that says, you put these back in the boxes, you silly bastard, and those are the ones that I'll build next. So, yeah. Once the Buccaneer's out the way and the Spitfire's out of the way, I'll be I'll build this kit. Now, remember how I said that kit was an Eduard kit, but it was reboxed from the Zvezda kit? Okay, well this, I think, was an Aoshima, or even earlier to that. I think it was an old Hella kit, actually. And it's reboxed by Zvezda. This is incestuous. I mean, how are you supposed to know what manufacturer you're really buying? Because the kits are reboxed and remanipulated and screwed and farted and pushed and bloody shoved and then bastardised up someone's bum at the other end, right? It's a real problem. The pain is real. No, look, go on ScaleMates, right? ScaleMates.com, you know? I've gone on about it long enough. Big, huge database, and you can track the lineage. So if you're in a shop and you go, oh, this looks really good, bro, have a look. See who actually made it. Is it actually a new tool from that manufacturer, which might be a good thing? Or is it a rebox, which is a good kit from previous one? Now, this being an old Hella kit, and Hella and Airfix, to my mind, put out some of the best of sailing ship kits back in the 60s and 70s. After that, MA did a fantastic job. You can get hold of MA kits. They are terrific. And in fact, I've even got one in the wings. I'll have to come into the next wank video, and that's an MA kit that got reboxed and reboxed. It'll come out. It'll come out. Yes. Like the mathematician, the constipated mathematician, I will work it out with a pencil. All right, so this is, I can't remember what it's called, Poppy Peru. I don't know. It's some sort of Russian name. It's a really good kit. I'll have to do a review on this and talk seriously about it because the moulding is so crisp. It's, you know, and you wouldn't think from Zvezda, because Zvezda has some, quite frankly, some dreadful old sailing ship kits. This is not one of them. This being an old Hella kit, with a old Hella mould that they have reboxed, it is lovely. So more on that another day. It's basically an exploratory bark, woof. Okay, so yeah, it does have a little propeller and it has a little steam engine. It's got sails and apparently it hangs around icebergs. Yes, but it doesn't crash into them like the Titanic. Okay, moving on. What else have we got? This is a big one. All right, you ready? I've got to be really careful because these boxes are so flimsy. Is the screen big enough? Do I have to get a bigger screen? Just stand back a bit from your TV or your computer and you might be able to get it all in. Yeah, okay. This is Airfix White Box Norton Commando. This is a lovely kit. This is a bit of a grail kit for me. I've been looking for one for many years. And then up pops on one of the sale pages on Facebook. Again, Paul, my sprue pusher. And he's selling this for like really reasonable money. Still absurd for kind of a kit. But this is huge. I think it's like 1/24, no, 1/8 scale. So it'll be the biggest motorbike that I have built. Anyhow, the kit was reasonably cheap because it had been started and there was no guarantees the parts were all there and the rest of it. I took a punt. For what he was selling it for, I took a punt. Went through the whole thing. Basically, all the parts are there except for, I think, one, which is an easy one to cast. And as you've been seeing my videos, I can easily make a mould out of another part that's identical in the kit and cast the missing one. So I'm not worried. And what the guy had done, he hasn't done it too badly. I figured out kind of where he stopped and maybe got in frustration because he put the front forks together wrong. So I kind of carefully pulled all that apart and realised he put some parts in upside down and roundabout, and he basically bumfucked the thing. So, yeah. That's why it wasn't working. And he probably went, oh, I ruined it. Oh, I'll sell it. And his misfortune is my gain. So, yes, that won't be done for a while. That's probably a retirement kit. That's one I will thoroughly enjoy. And I've totally reboxed it and, well, rebagged it and everything in there. I do that with a lot of these kits so I know I won't open for a while, is I go through and I rebag and then I actually pack some bubble wrap in there so the whole thing is secure and it can survive for all my many house moves that usually happen. Although I haven't. I'm staying here. Now, what else have I got to show you? Oh. Well, obviously, the St Louis, right? And that is being built. Showed you that before. That was a kit that I picked up for like, silly money because the guy had ruined it. And again, sometimes if you know what you're buying, and I knew this was a reasonably good kit, you know, I knew that this is basically that period again where Airfix was producing fairly nice kits. The Hella St Louis is better, right? The Hella kit is better, but the Hella kit is worth a lot more money, probably 5 to almost 10 times what I paid for this. So I was pretty happy to snaffle this for very, very low dollars, even though it was wrecked. And as I said, it was a punt. It could have been a mess. Could have ended up just as a spare parts bin, but no. It's ended up being a kit that I'm thoroughly enjoying. And seems you guys are too, because you're all watching the videos, right? Now, this kit... Oh, sorry. Hang on. This kit... Yeah, well, look, we're in Australia, so for me, that's the right way up, because I'm down under. I'll get it right. Here we go. This kit... That's called an interlude of comic relief, yes, because it could get sort of boring with me talking about all these kits, so I interject some jokes, yes. It's all part of, yeah, never mind. This is a naughty lass, right? Yeah, she's very bad, this girl. Very, very bad, this naughty lass. I have wanted one of these for ages. And I was talking to my mate Dave over there in West Australia, Sandgrubber. G'day, Dave, if you're watching. And we're sort of talking about it, and I don't know if he built one, but I think he's got one, and, you know, and I always said, gee, I always wanted the naughty lass, you know. I know this kit is really, really well engineered. It goes together well, and it's got so much potential. Not only that, it comes with a Kraken, right? And if you've seen my builds over the next few years, especially the ones I do for Riverside Model Club for the competition, I like to include Krakens in things. So I'll be cracking on with this as soon as I can. I need to get a few of these ship things out the way, all right? So I need to get... a few other things done. I really want to try and squeeze this in somewhere, but I say that with every kit, so it may be next year. But this is lovely. I want to do a review, and I will try and get that out maybe in the next couple of months to show you what's in the boxes. This is a lovely kit. It's not the one from the Disney movie. It's closer to what Jules Verne would have originally imagined, but with a little bit of artistic license, because there were some good features on that Disney movie one, even though it looked like a stupid cartoon. So the guy who designed this took a best of the Disney, sort of the specs from Jules Verne, and came out with this one. So this is an imagination of what the Nautilus could look like, and it is beautiful. More about that another day. I will go through that. Now, I've got a Wasa. That's not a euphemism for my penis. No. I have the Swedish ship, the Airfix model, the Wasa, right? But I got it really cheap out of B&A, even though it was a red box version. It still was fairly good. They cleaned the moulds up a bit, and it wasn't too bad. But it is the more modern, horrible sort of plastic. And I was happy with that, because I'd got it for about half new price, because it's on special. I thought, I'll grab one of those, put it aside. And it's lovely. It's like the St. Louis, but on steroids. More decks, more guns, more stuff, more everything, and it was, you know, so fantastic that on its maiden voyage, when it went out, first gust of wind, turned turtle, fell over, everyone just about died. Yes, very sad story, but it's a testament to being stupid and sticking too many things on a boat and stuffing up the centre of gravity. Yes, yes. Oh well, you live and learn, don't you, Swedes? Yes, I'm sure you built better ships after that. Anyhow, not to bag those guys. They dug it up, actually, and it's all in a museum now, so that's lovely. Now, this... If you've heard me go on and on and on ad infinitum about white boxes, right? Airfix white boxes from about the 60s, 70s. They're the ones to buy, right? If you've got the choice between a modern red box and the Airfix white box, the kit, that's the one you buy. And there's two good reasons. One, it'll be about half the price or less, cheaper. I got this for a couple of shekels. A fraction of the new price, an absolute tiny fraction of the new price for this kit, and probably a third, about a third of what I paid for the one that I got, the red one, which got on special. So this was a bargain buy. Bernard saw it. I actually wasn't present when it was bought. So yeah, if you've got the choice between a white box or a red box, buy the white box. You will save at least half your money, and the kit will be so much better. It's better plastic, right? It's not that curry flavoured plastic. It's nice, stiff plastic. Not quite Tamiya, but it's a nice plastic. I like it. I like this whole white box plastic. Stiff enough that you can carve things, you can do things. Like, that's what St. Louis is. It's that white box sort of plastic. So anyway, enough of that. What will happen is I will decide which one I'm going to keep, which one I'm going to sell, or I'll got this cheap enough that I'll keep both, and I'll basically use one of them for spare parts. Who knows? Now, I think that's just about everything. Is that it? Have you counted them? I don't know. That one, that one. I've done that one, I've done that one. Yeah, look, this is the last one, right? I know, this has dragged on for long enough, hasn't it? Bloody hell. It's supposed to be a little short video. Now, I won't turn this one upside down. This arrived in the best packaging I've ever seen. Here's a photo, right? The box was a styrofoam coffin carved to its shape. It was inserted in that. It then lifted out and like, oh, hallelujah, and rose from the dead. And then it was all stuffed with bloody bubble wrap and all the rest of it. I couldn't believe the lengths this guy went to pack the thing. And it should be, because what it cost me for the kit, right, I got the kit for, well, $50 US, which isn't a bad price for this kit. But it was $50 US for the postage. I was horrified at the time. But when I got it, and it was posted so well, especially when my last kit from America, the Schnellboot, right, similar to this, it arrived in an absolutely disgusting state. Right, go back and watch the first Schnellboot video where I complained bitterly about that, where Amazon out of Kentucky just went, we'll just whack a sticker on this flimsy box and see if it makes it all the way to Australia. Well, it did, but it was in absolute tatters and it's a wonder parts had fallen out. Now, this one arrived in that beautiful box. It is a white box. See, white? It is a white box. German E-Boat. So it's a Schnellboot too. Same scale. I would like to do a video comparing the Revell Schnellboot with this one. And I'd compare it to this kit because later incarnations of this, when you get onto the later mouldings of this, they're all rooted and they, flash everywhere and the mouldings are misaligned and you can tell the mouldings have just had better days. And also the plastic isn't as good later on with Airfix when they got taken over and rebought and reissued and kicked from here to there to basically mould their models. It really ended up being a mess, which is half the reason I think a lot of people are suspicious or don't like Airfix kits, is they start off with that area where it was really not good. But if you go back to the white boxes and you go back to stuff that came out of England, yeah, then you're onto the good stuff. And this is the good cheese, all right? So, what the hell was that? I was supposed to again. Another model. Oh dear. Look, I better finish this video. I've got to go to the dentist. Yeah, it's got to go to the dentist. Teeth are okay, but my gums have got to come out. Alright, German E-Boat, so it's a Schnellboot really. The British call them E-Boats, right? I don't know why, it's just British. Now I say, I think we'll call that an E-Boat. What, eh? And the Germans are going, ha, Dom Engländer, you Schnellboot, start with S, you fool. Yeah, anyhow, enough of that and my bad German accents. The only damage was, and he pointed out, was a little thing there. But the kit is actually still in its original bags. And he even tightened up those bags for transport. So this kit is beautifully moulded, original unopened bag. It hasn't broken. No parts have ever come out. They're a bit loose in there, but we'll talk about that. I'm going to look at this side by side with Revell Schnellboot. Revell Schnellboot will be better. Okay, there's no question there. But how close does this come when you can get a decent white box? I think very close. We shall see. Well, thanks for hanging in to the end of the video. I know I kind of went on a bit. Amazingly, there wasn't much stuff, but there was a lot to tell you about it. So those are the kits that I got on my bench that you can look forward to seeing those being built shortly. Those new kits, some of them will get built. Most of them will just sit in my stash until I'm really old and then some other bastard will get them when I die. Of course. No, I really want to build everything. Well, I always say that. But those are the kits that I like, and I'm moving more towards those. This channel probably is going to get more ship videos, and there will be a special announcement probably at the end of the month. I don't know. I'm in negotiations. Let's just say there's boardroom meetings. There's all kinds of things happening, and we might have a big announcement to make. Zip. Can't say any more than that. No. Okay. Well, look. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, please like, please hit that bell notification, subscribe to my channel. Do all those things because it makes me very happy and I get more monetization. So I can afford to feed the cat. Yes, that's it. And again, big shout out to my patrons. You really make this channel happen. And again, if you find that logo here for Patreon, click it. Give me $1. It's $1 a month. Come on, you can afford it. All right, that's it. It's goodbye from Australia and it's hooroo from Harry Houdini.